विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, आपण मागच्या लेक्चरमध्ये युनिफॉर्म सर्क्युलर मोशन पाहिलं. त्याच्यामध्ये ॲक्सेलरेशन हे रॅडियल म्हणजे अलॉंग द रेडियस टुवर्ड द सेंटर असते. त्याची मॅग्निट्यूड आपण अशी लिहितो पहा, A इज इक्वल टू व्ही स्क्वेअर अपॉन आर. हे अतिशय महत्त्वाचं आहे बरं का फॉर्म्युला. A इज इक्वल टू आर ओमेगा स्क्वेअर. युनिफॉर्म सर्क्युलर मोशन मध्ये ॲक्सिलरेशन हे अलॉंग द रेडियस टुवर्ड द सेंटर असतं आणि त्याचे मॅग्निट्यूड या किंवा या फॉर्म्युला लिहिता येते आणि हे दोन्ही फॉर्म्युला अतिशय महत्त्वाचे आहेत. तर तुम्हाला माहिती आहे की ॲक्सिलरेशन कशामुळे असतं आहे. ॲक्सिलरेशन इज ऑलवेज ड्यू टू फोर्स. So in uniform circular motion there is always one force which is directed along the radius and toward the center. That force is called as centripetal force. A force which provides centripetal acceleration is called as centripetal force. A force which provides centripetal acceleration or radial acceleration is called as centripetal force. We can write like this: FCP. It is directed along the radius and toward the center. That is in the direction of acceleration. FCP. How we can find its formula? We know that force is equal to mass into acceleration. So centripetal force is equal to mass of the particle into centripetal acceleration. So centripetal force is FCP is equal to m into minus r bar omega square. Or FCP is equal to minus m r bar omega square. So this is formula of centripetal force. Negative sign indicates that this force is opposite to direction of radius vector. So radius vector is directed outward and centripetal force is directed toward the center. Okay. Now this is real force and work done by this force on the particle is always equal to 0. One important thing is that this force is necessary for circular motion. सर्क्युलर मोशन साठी हा फोर्स अत्यंत आवश्यक आहे. या फोर्स शिवाय सर्क्युलर मोशन शक्य नाही. So centripetal force is responsible for circular motion. Now we want to see one more point related with circular motion, and which is nothing but centrifugal force. CF. A body performing circular motion experiences a force which is directed along the radius but away from the center, and that force is centrifugal force. A force acting on a particle performing circular motion which is directed along the radius but away from the center. So this is centrifugal force. Now when motion is uniform circular motion, then these two forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. जेव्हा फिरायचा स्पीड कॉन्स्टंट असेल तेव्हा हे दोन्ही फोर्सेस सेम मॅग्निट्यूडचे असतात आणि अपोजिट डायरेक्शन मध्ये असतात. म्हणजे आपल्याला असं लिहिता येईल FCF दॅट इज सेंट्रिफ्युगल फोर्स इज इक्वल अँड अपोजिट टू सेंट्रिपिटल फोर्स. When speed is constant, motion is uniform circular motion, and these two forces balances each other. Therefore, their sum is always equal to 0. That is FCF plus FCP is equal to 0. Now, magnitude of centripetal force is given by formula FCP is equal to mv square upon r or mr omega square, and in vector form it is equal to minus mr bar omega square. FCF is equal to minus FCP, it is equal to minus into minus mr bar omega square. So FCF is equal to plus mr bar omega square. So centrifugal force is always directed away from the center, that is in the direction of radius vector.
सेंट्रिपिटल फोर्स पहिल्यांदा एक्सप्रेस करून त्याचे एक्झाम्पल एक्सप्लेन केलेलं सोयीच कुठलं आपण डिस्टिंग्विश करा.
Okay, now
कट करता है तो पार्ट है कट करता है.
centripetal force which is directed toward the center, it is equal to sum of all real forces acting on the particle performing circular motion. So we have FCF plus FCP bar is equal to 0. FCF is mr omega square plus summation of all real forces, that is resultant of all real forces, it is equal to 0. Now centrifugal force is not real force, this is non-real force or not real force. It is also called as pseudo force. It is also called as pseudo force. Now we want to see the applications of centripetal force. First application, for the vehicle moving along horizontal circular track. We want to see first application of centripetal force. Now consider a vehicle, for example car of mass m moving along a circular path of radius r. This is the center of the circular path. M is the mass of the vehicle. Now for this vehicle there are three forces acting on it. One, weight of the vehicle, weight of the car, which is nothing but gravitational force. Second one, The force exerted by the surface of the road on the vehicle in upward direction, which is called as normal reaction. And third one is the force of static friction exerted by the force of static friction between tires and surface of the road. So these are the three forces, real forces acting on this car or vehicle moving along the circular path of radius r. Now, we know that for circular motion, the force, that is centripetal force, is necessary. Here, this force of friction, force of static friction, acts as the centripetal force. So we can write Fs, that is force of static friction, which acts as centripetal force. Or Fs is equal to Fcp is equal to mv square upon r, where v is the speed of the car, speed of the vehicle. Now, force of friction is given by formula mu into n or mus into n. What is mus? What is mus? It is the coefficient of static friction. N is normal reaction. So we get equation mus into n is equal to mv square upon r. So this is equation number 1. Now, these two forces, that is normal reaction and weight of the vehicle, they are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Therefore, they balance each other. So we can write n is equal to mg. So this is second equation. Now, if we observe this equation, the force of static friction depends upon speed. स्टॅटिक फ्रिक्शनचा फोर्स हा व्हेकलच्या स्पीडवर अवलंबून आहे. जसं स्पीड वाढेल तसं फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स वाढत जाईल. पण फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स, स्टॅटिक फ्रिक्शन वाढण्याची एक मर्यादा असते, त्याला आपण म्हणतो लिमिटिंग फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन. When it is maximum, that is Fs is maximum, the speed is also maximum. So we have mv max square upon r. So when static friction is maximum, we have maximum speed, maximum possible speed with which vehicle can move along the circular path without skidding, without side slip. So now consider this equation as equation number 3. Now we can take ratio of these two equations, or putting this value of Fs into here, we get in this equation mus into n is equal to mv max square upon r. So put this equation number 4. So divide equation 4 by equation 2. We get ms into n upon n is equal to mv max square upon r divided by mg. So now normal reaction get cancelled, mass of the vehicle also get cancelled. We get mu is equal to v max square upon r into g. V max square is equal to mu rg, and finally we get Vmax is equal to square root of mu rg. So this is very important formula. This is the speed limit of the vehicle moving along the circular track which is horizontal. So it is also called as speed limit, maximum safety speed, and it depends upon mu, that is Arrhenius coefficient of friction, and r, that is radius of the circular path or radius of the circular track.